hates these cans! Stay away from the cans!
Picture Navin R. Johnson, a wide-eyed dreamer in a crisp white suit, clutching a phone book and shouting, "I'm somebody."
Johnson, Navin R. I'm somebody now!
Only to tumble into a whirlwind of faulty inventions, rogue oil cans, and a dog with a name that raises eyebrows. The Jerk, the 1979 comedy masterpiece, launched Steve Martin into Hollywood stardom with its gloriously absurd, endlessly quotable chaos. Behind the gut-busting gags lies a production story wilder than Navin's gas station hustle, a film born from a single stand-up line, scribbled on snowy ski slopes, and sparked by a real-life romance. This wasn't some cookie-cutter studio flick. It was a comedic tornado whipped up by a band of creative misfits. Buckle up for 20 facts about The Jerk that'll have you cackling like Navin chugging wine from a jug. Stick around. Fact number 17 will hit you like a sniper's bullet to an oil can. Welcome to Studio Scoop's wild ride through comedy history. It all began with a single line from Steve Martin's stand-up act, "I was born a poor black child." This gem, featured on his 1977 album Let's Get Small, slayed audiences nightly with its absurd premise.
It was never easy for me. I was born a poor black child.
Martin saw the seeds of Navin Johnson in that zinger, a naive optimist bumbling through a rags-to-riches saga. That one joke didn't just grow legs, it sprouted a mullet, a banjo, and a feature film that defined a comedy era. Imagine a single punchline birthing an entire cinematic legend. Talk about a wild and crazy origin story. Early titles like Easy Money or Money to Burn felt too generic for Martin's vision. He wanted something bold, punchy, and literary, inspired by Dostoevsky's The Idiot, but tailored for a lovable buffoon. After tossing around ideas, The Jerk emerged as the perfect fit, encapsulating Navin's grandiose yet clueless journey. It's like naming a sitcom epic moron adventures. Short, snappy, and dripping with absurd charm. You can almost see Navin framing that title in his gaudy mansion, right next to his ashtray collection. To craft the screenplay, Steve Martin joined forces with Jaws writer Carl Gottlieb and Michael Elias, retreating to the snowy slopes of Aspen, Colorado. Their routine? Skiing by day, playing chess, sipping hot cocoa, and scribbling Navin's nutty escapades by night. The laid-back, playful vibe of their mountain getaway infused the script with its carefree, chaotic energy. Think Navin's life, but with ski goggles and a hot tub. Writing a comedy classic while shredding powder. That's a hustle even Navin would tip his thermos to. The writing trio set an audacious goal: pack a gag into every single page of the script. No filler, no downtime, just relentless humor, from sight gags like Navin's pants falling down to iconic one-liners like, "He hates these cans." This ambition made The Jerk a comedy piñata, bursting with laughs that reward every rewatch.
Hey, mister, don't call that dog Lifesaver.
No?
Call him Shithead.
Picture the writers brainstorming in Aspen, determined to make each page a chuckle fest. That kind of comedic discipline is why the film feels like a 90-minute stand-up set, pure unfiltered hilarity. Filming during the 1979 gas crisis, Martin and director Carl Reiner carpooled to the set to save fuel, turning their commutes into a rolling writer's room. Reiner revealed they cooked up 1 or 2 new gags daily, rewriting 20 to 30% of the script on the fly. Imagine them riffing Navin's infamous ashtray rant while stuck in LA traffic. Those gas-saving drives injected The Jerk with its spontaneous, unhinged spark. A gas crisis? More like a gag crisis that fueled comedy gold. Paramount initially greenlit The Jerk after falling for Martin's stand-up genius, but new executives balked at the poor black child premise and dropped the project. Enter producer David Picker, a Hollywood hero who snatched the script and took it to Universal, securing Martin creative control. It's like Navin dodging a sniper's bullet to keep his dream alive. Without Picker's fierce hustle, The Jerk might have been trapped in development purgatory. Thankfully, Navin's saga found its home. Navin's sprawling rags-to-riches tale feels larger than life, thanks to a staggering 85 shooting locations, mostly around Los Angeles. From his ramshackle family shack to a tacky Beverly Hills mansion, the crew transformed every set into a playground for Navin's antics. Coordinating that many locations was a logistical circus worthy of Navin himself, who'd probably try to sell maps to each one. The result? A visual odyssey as chaotic and colorful as Navin's roller coaster life. The electric chemistry between Navin and Marie sparkles because Steve Martin wrote the role for Bernadette Peters, his real-life girlfriend at the time. Their ukulele duet on the beach, "Tonight You Belong to Me," is a heart-melting highlight. Martin called it his favorite scene.
You belong to me, just a little lonely.
Their off-screen love infused every glance and goofy grin, making Navin's hard eyes feel achingly real. It's like Cupid sneaked onto the set, strumming a banjo and stealing the show. Navin's dog, hilariously named Shithead, is a comedic cornerstone, but it nearly cost the film its PG rating. His proud shouts of the name shocked onlookers, perfectly capturing his oblivious charm.
Yahoo! Come on, let's seal it with a kiss. Get in the tub with me. Not you, shithead. Where's Marie?
The MPAA debated slapping an R rating, but Carl Reiner fought tooth and nail to keep it family-friendly. It's the ultimate jerk gag, Navin yelling a curse like it's a cuddly puppy's nickname. That kind of audacious humor is why the dog steals every scene. Director Carl Reiner, a comedy legend from the Dick Van Dyke Show, gave Martin free rein to unleash his wild ideas. After takes, Reiner often asked, "Got anything else, Steve?" prompting gems like Navin licking Marie's face instead of kissing her, a Reiner suggestion. This trust turned the set into a comedy lab, with Martin's unhinged energy shaping the jerk into a masterclass in absurdity. It's like handing Navin a comedic bazooka and saying, "Fire away!" We're halfway through Navin's wild ride, and if these facts have you giggling like Navin discovering pizza in a cup, smash that like button and subscribe for more Studio Scoop laughs. Drop your favorite jerk quote in the comments, whether it's "I'm in the phone book" or "He hates these cans." And let's keep the chaos rolling. Want more comedy deep dives? Stick with us. The vibrant carnival scenes, where Navin guesses weights with disastrous enthusiasm, owe their authenticity to real traveling carnival workers.
Of getting your weight guessed by a professional. You can blow up your cheeks, you can stick out your chest, but you're not going to fool the guesser.
The crew skipped Hollywood extras, hiring legit Carnies whose gritty charm brought the midway to life. Their weathered faces and quirky energy made Navin's stint feel like he truly ran off with the circus. Imagine him trying to guess their weight. Talk about walking a comedic tightrope. Navin's gas station hustle, where he upsells phone book ad space with earnest charm, drew inspiration from Martin's father, who sold adding machines. Once his dad suggested the family hawk them on the street, a quirky memory Martin spun into Navin's pitch-perfect sales bit. It's like turning a family anecdote into a comedy goldmine, with Navin's sincerity stealing the scene. Who knew a dad's side hustle could birth such iconic laughs? Eagle-eyed fans swear Steve Martin moonlights as the TV cat Juggler, credited as the mysterious Pig-Eye Jackson. The blurry figure and Martin's coy refusal to confirm or deny fuel endless debate on X. Was he really tossing felines on screen? This Easter egg is as tantalizing as Navin's Opti-Grab invention. Nobody knows the truth, but the mystery keeps fans juggling theories. Carl Reiner pops up as himself, a Hollywood star suing Navin over the Opti-Grab fiasco, while co-writer Carl Gottlieb plays gangster Iron Balls McGinty. These cheeky meta cameos add a layer of self-aware humor, like Navin stumbling into his own movie. Spotting them is as thrilling as finding Navin's name in the phone book, a small but joyous discovery. Beyond the iconic "born a poor black child," Martin packed the jerk with bits from his stand-up act. The legendary "I don't need anything except this ashtray" rant, where Navin grabs half the room, was a staple of his live shows.
The ashtray and these matches and the remote control and the paddle ball. This lamp.
Fans on X still recite it verbatim, proving its timeless hilarity. Martin's stage roots turned the jerk into a comedy time capsule, bursting with his wild and crazy DNA. The Opti-Grab, a glasses handle that leaves users cross-eyed, is more than a gag. It's a biting satire of American dream scams and shoddy infomercial products. Its nationwide flop, sparking lawsuits and chaos, mocks corporate greed and consumer gullibility, still relevant in 2025's hustle-obsessed culture. Navin's earnest belief in his invention makes the satire sting sweeter, like he invented the ultimate late-night TV flop. Steve Martin was already packing arenas as a stand-up comedian, but the Jerk, grossing $74 million on a $4 million budget, catapulted him to movie stardom. It paved the way for hits like Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, and Roxanne. Fans on X call it his wild and crazy leap to Hollywood royalty. Without Navin's antics, we might have missed Martin's banjo-playing leading man charm. Mind blown. Stanley Kubrick, the visionary behind The Shining and 2001, A Space Odyssey, was an unlikely Jerk superfan. His curated lists of favorite films name-drop Navin's misadventures, a jaw-dropping nod from a cinematic genius. Imagine Kubrick chuckling at "He hates these cans." It's like Navin gate-crashing A Clockwork Orange. This highbrow, lowbrow love affair is comedy history gold. He hates these cans. I'm in the phone book. And I was born a poor black child aren't just lines, they're cultural touchstones. In 2025, X posts and TikTok skits keep them alive, with fans quoting Navin in memes and everyday convos. These catchphrases are like Navin's beloved ashtray. Nobody needs them, but everybody cherishes them. Their staying power is pure Jerk magic. The Jerk isn't just a laugh riot, it's a comedy cornerstone, landing on the AFI's 100 Years, 100 Laughs list. Its blend of slapstick, absurdity, and Navin's wide-eyed innocence inspired filmmakers like Adam Sandler, Will Ferrell, and Judd Apatow. Critics and X-fans alike call it timeless, proving Navin's chaotic journey reshaped humor forever. That's no small feat for a Jerk.
I took the rest of my milk slider to the family.
It's amazing the way it just snaps back like that.
Which fact had you laughing hardest? Kubrick's secret fandom, or that infamous dog name? Got another comedy classic you want us to cover? Shout it out below and let's keep the laughs coming. That's the scoop on The Jerk, a comedy tornado that spun a stand-up zinger into a cultural juggernaut. From ski slope scripts to Navin's wild can-dodging ride, it's proof that pure silliness can become legendary. Here at Studio Scoop, we're diving deep into the zaniest movie secrets to keep your laughter flowing like Navin's wine jug. Join the Scoop Squad, hit subscribe, grab an ashtray, a lamp, and maybe a paddle game, and let's chase the next big adventure. Stay wild and crazy, folks.